It's 2020, time again for the Democratic Party to pick their next nominee to be President of the United States. Instead of doing this by one giant popular vote all at once, this is done via individual contests where the popular vote of each state, and some territories, is roughly proportionally translated into delegates, essentially points that represent a certain amount of people in each state. Whoever has the most delegates after all the contests have finished wins the nomination. But how accurately do these delegate totals represent the popular will of the people? This year, 11 candidates made it to the first contest in Iowa to start winning as many of the 41 available delegates as possible. You'll notice that while Bernie Sanders won the popular vote against a runner-up, Pete Buttigieg, by about 2,500 people, the actual delegate totals show Buttigieg beating Sanders 14-12. In other words, Buttigieg won about 34% of the Iowa delegates with 25.1% of the popular vote, and Sanders only won 29% of the delegates with 26.5% of the popular vote. The seemingly backwards result is due to the delegate system being complicated, with delegates awarded for winning different divisions of each state and a bunch of other rules. But notice also that while Sanders didn't get the plurality of delegates that would be expected from just the popular vote, he still gained a larger percentage of delegates than he would have if the contest was determined by popular vote only. So both he and Buttigieg happen to benefit extra from the delegate system. This becomes a trend throughout the rest of the contests, where the more popular candidates tend to get a disproportionately larger percentage of each state's delegates, and the less popular candidates get a much smaller share of delegates than the popular vote would have predicted. The data clearly shows that while most of these contests only really were between the two frontrunners, the delegate system still ends up skewing everyone's numbers to drive down the apparent favorability of the people at the bottom and boost the favorability of those at the top.